I'm spending the day with West Midlands Police as they try out a new way of dealing with people with suspected mental health problems. The idea is to try, where possible, to avoid taking them into police custody. I'm Benjamin Zephaniah, and why do I care? Well, because one night, my cousin, who had mental health problems, ended up in a cell and died.
Treat this purely as a mental health issue, or is there any credible threat on this ever?
From the information we've received, there is a possible self-harm threat as well. We'd like to get there sooner rather than later.
This is called street triage. The difference here is, when the call comes in, a police officer, a paramedic and a mental health nurse go to the scene together. That means that between them, they can decide on the spot the best place to take that person. This call is about a man who's been threatening to harm himself. I've just been asked to wait out here for a moment while the officers go inside to see what the situation is like.
For the first time, really, we've got the opportunity to have the mental health nurse accessing the mental health records, the police officer accessing the police records, and the ambulance paramedic accessing the sort of ambulance data. So when we get to there, we'll be able to see what is the best opportunity to deliver the right service for that person there and then.
At the scene, a local hostel, the man is no longer there.
The gentleman has gone.
If he was having this episode earlier in the hostel, couldn't he be having this episode out on the streets?
Absolutely.
Potentially, yeah.
He's free to go as he likes, whenever he wants.
You're not going out to arrest him, you just want to go out
No,
and
we want to go
talk
and offer him support.
Right.
Yeah, very clearly.
And one of the reasons why I'm interested in this scheme is because my cousin died in police custody.
Yeah.
This was 10 years ago. You know, the thing was restrain him, get him down, get him to the cells.
It's really hard. I mean, dealing with people who are mentally unwell is probably one of the hardest things as a policeman that we do. We would deal with it slightly differently now.
A fifth of this police force's call-outs are mental health cases. That's 8,500 a year in total. Under the Mental Health Act, a person can be detained in a police cell for up to 72 hours while they wait to be examined by a mental health professional, whether they've committed a crime or not.
I just was absolutely terrified. I was tired, exhausted, distressed. I literally just ended up curled up on the floor, just sobbing for hours and hours.
This is the voice of Jean. We've changed her name. She has a history of mental health problems. She's been held 5 times in a police cell, once for 36 hours.
I just remember sitting in that cell thinking, what have I done wrong? Is it my fault that I'm unwell mentally?
Last year, a government report called for a new approach, but latest figures show that in 2012 and 2013, it still happened to 8,000 people. This triage team can decide straight away whether it makes more sense to take the person to a hospital, an assessment centre, or just back home.
You received. Have you got that lady's details?
A new call has come in.
An 86-year-old lady who's in the police station, very distressed, very vulnerable, very confused.
So if she's in the police station, that means she's been arrested or she walked in?
No, she's walked into the front office.
Right.
Would you like us to take you home today?
No, Bab, no.
What are you going to do now then? Where
Well,
are you
no,
going?
he said he wants me to go in a motor car or something.
We can give you a lift home if you want us to.
Yes.
Let's get the services in as soon as we can, rather than people being moved from one place to another and waiting for assessments for long periods of the day.
People are beginning to realise that actually we need to invest a bit more time and effort and a bit more money into people who are vulnerable to be able to deliver the right service to them.
Is this costing us more money or saving money?
Yeah, it's saving us money.
The triage team have been called back to the hostel. The missing man has returned. He just went back on his own?
Yes, on his own accord. He is fearful that obviously we're going to arrest him for something, which is not the state. So in order to get his sort of like cooperation, we'll take a little bit of a step back. If you just let him know there's a police officer inside, but it's just one.
But the team's efforts on this occasion proved fruitless. Can you tell us what happened in there?
Well, the gentleman unfortunately didn't want to talk to us today. It's not a good time for him, and he was very clear about that.
The man was assessed at a later date and found not to be mentally unwell. I hope this scheme works so that the right people get the right help at the right time. At long last, I'm glad to see something is being done.